Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is for you. Hope things are going good. This morning, woke up after a good night's sleep. Last night, did a bit of a ritual for this time of change, moving forward, onward and upward. If you are already feeling that shift towards this new chapter in your way of being, this new fresh start, even in the midst of cray cray, mean to be merry. There is a lot of good happening, and I think quite often, um, if if the focus remains too much, and when I say too much, I mean out of balance, focuses too much on what's not okay, then it may be time to balance that out. So, going forward, think, think a lot. Do, think, think about, think about a ritual that you'd like to do. Think about a ceremony that you would like to perform. And I I really stress to make it personal. Now, here's the thing, though, and and it just takes a lot of experience and a lot of time. Most of the time, it takes extra time and experience to get this. When practicing different ways that are like solid and they work, celebrating all sorts of different things, perfectly fine. That works lovely. Um, Combining a bunch of things together can bring about a good feeling at times. However, crossing ceremony things, crossing ritual things, they can also be okay. However, when it's time to start going deeper, one of the reasons that I stress being simple in your practices, um, one of the main reasons is because if we put too many elements in our circle, it can be difficult to keep track of all the different elements. Also, if we are trying to go deeper, this is specific, I have to be very specific about this. This is if you're going to go deeper. Then if there is a certain practice that has been around for a long time, and I'm talking ancient practices, and it works the way it works, if you want to try that, be with that, be respectful of that thing, and try to do it to the best of your ability based on what is prescribed in that way. If next week you want to try another thing, that's fine. When you cross them, it doesn't mean it's wrong or bad. So let's clarify that. Crossing the different ways, and if I want to be more specific in case you're not getting what I mean by this, for instance, if you can take a Cuban ceremonial drum into a Hindu puja arti ceremony, you can do that. However, those drums that were specifically, designed to play together for, certain ceremonies or orishas and Yoruba ceremonies, you bring that into, say, a Kali puja or something. If you're just sharing ceremonial songs in a thing, that's perfectly okay. Like, for instance, there have been occasions and when I've been in sweat lodges where the sweat leader will say, hey, this is an intertribal thing. Everybody, let's have a nice sing along, and everybody sing something from your culture, sing something from your village or from your place. Hey there. Now that's a certain way of doing things. That's a specific thing. It's like a gathering, a celebration gathering. But when it's time to go deep, if you bring Cuban drums that are for certain things into a Hindu thing that's designed with certain things, what's happening is you're crossing energies. Even though it's all good and it's all comes from the same source and all that, but they are on different channels. They're on different channels. So going forward, I'm rambling on about this because it keeps coming up and keeps coming up, keeps coming up. And on the surface, it's fun. Believe it, it's fun. There are festivals dedicated to, hey, let's all come together and celebrate the goodness of existence. Let's all come together and share all of our different ways and all of our different paths. And all. That is fun. I mean, it's one of the reasons I go to Burning Man every year. Hey there. So, this is a subject that comes up. These little morning chats are things that are either in my head after I do my meditation in the morning, or they're things that that have been coming up in conversation lately with clients, family, friends, acquaintances, and this is one of the ones that's coming up. And it's coming up. While it's coming up, it's making me think about this shift that we're in right now. And we're in a big one. It's a big one. It's a big shift. Again, don't have to believe in anything. Just feel it. You can feel it. Going into this winter time, there are a lot of changes happening. There are a lot of things are brewing. You can actually feel them brewing. You can dance with that energy and go forward with it in a really good way, setting your intentions. So when you pick a way that feels good to you, now this might not be something that's established, but there may be a certain thing that you're drawn to, even though you are not a quote-unquote member of that particular faith or religion or whatever. Maybe you have an aversion to any kind of religion or thing. However, you're feeling something and trying to find a way to expand your awareness of dancing with nature. This is one of the main this is one of the main focuses of what I've been doing for so many years. Is not only with myself, but in sharing what I'm learning along the way. Right now, for this winter, do yourself a favor. Create a ritual that's extremely simple. Cast a circle that is extremely simple. Do a ceremony that is extremely simple. From that simplicity, if you start planning it, certain elements will naturally come to you to add. As they come, make sure that you really are connected to that thing. For instance, here's the simplest. I'm going to make a circle, and you're going to make that circle figuratively or literally, however you choose. Inside there, you're going to have an altar. Put it wherever it feels like it needs to be. On that altar, you're going to have the 5 elements represented of earth, metal, wood, fire, water. There's also added in there air and ether. So that's basically 7. Okay. Even within that, make it make sense to you. Okay? The directions: north, south, east, west, up, down, outward, inward. Represent those. Okay? Another thing I'm going to think about, some of you, depending on how your mind works and how you're feeling, you could have something in three, in the quote-unquote Trinity, Sat Tat Hum, or Father, Son, Holy Spirit. However you see that, if it makes sense to you. Because remember, we're trying to allow ourselves to have something simple that is not bringing different ways into cross each other, because we're trying to go a little bit deeper. Okay, so we're going to keep it really, really simple. What am I? Oh, and your senses. Make sure that your senses are represented. Yeah. Plan for some food or after. Plan to move your body. So, I'm being very, very general in this, very general in the presentation of this, because this is something that has been coming up. And as I prepare for my winter solstice celebration, although I am still in the southern hemisphere, my inner clock is still on the northern hemisphere. So preparing over the next few days, preparing for the winter solstice. Up until that, I'll probably share a few things all the way up until the winter solstice, and quite possibly may have a circle. A few friends have been asking if I'm going to do that. So we may do a Zoom circle, just bringing in the elements. I'm going to make a decision on that today or tomorrow as to whether I'm going to do that, but I'm pretty sure I am. So you guys definitely leave a comment. It's something I always forget to ask, is for you guys to leave a comment and share these things with others. So just to recap on what this is today, is if you are choosing to do a ritual and you don't have one set yet, we just want to go through the basics of what it is in terms of putting a circle together and making it make sense for you. Putting intentions together based on what you are looking for. Involving your senses, the elements, the directions, and any other symbolic things that make sense to you, going from fall into winter. That change of winter time, there is an extra boost of motion happening now. There's an extra opening and expanding of consciousness now. There is support for a new adventure now, even if that adventure is on the inside as well as adventure on the outside. Might be thinking, well, I'm on lockdown, how much adventure can I have? Well, there's a tremendous amount of adventure you can have as your mind expands during this time of deep introspection and motion at the same time. A lot of ideas are going to come. A lot of ideas are already coming for you in this new season. You can feel it and you know it's there. So let's chat about it. Drop me a line, and we're going to be doing some question and answer stuff coming up. I'm trying to navigate through how we're going to work that. I'm sure we're going to keep it extremely simple, but questions have been coming and people have been contacting me. So I'm happy to help with whatever I can. Let's take a couple of minutes. I know I've kind of rambled on a bit for this one today, but let's go ahead and still take a couple of minutes to consciously relax and constantly be here in this moment. Hey there. And just have a little bit of a meditation. Because remember, daily meditation, I've had my early meditation when I wake up and do my morning ablutions. I do my meditation, and that could be anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour, or sometimes even longer. But then I'm sharing this because I don't know. I just want to share the things that I'm learning and that I have learned over the years, and also hopefully encouraging you to consciously relax every single day. It's every day. You can do it every day. It doesn't have to take a long time. And those days where you really don't feel like doing it are always the best day, without question. The days you do it when you don't feel like doing it are always, without question, the best meditations. Even if they're meditations where your mind is going absolutely nuts and crazy and you're fighting yourself, you're battling in there until you finally just focus on your breath and it starts to chill. This is the forward motion. So let's go ahead and take a couple of minutes now and inhale, exhale, sit comfortably, however you are, wherever you are, and just be okay in this moment. Close your eyes. Your eyes are at the point between the eyebrows. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Relax your face, the back of your head. That point between the eyebrows, your attention is there, but you're not crossing the eyes or anything like that. You're simply allowing yourself to be aware of that space. Shoulders are relaxed. Relax your belly. Lift your chest up, shoulders back now, and breathe into your hips and your knees and your feet. Take an inhale. Exhale. And feel everything go even deeper into simplicity and stillness. Being open to the changes that are happening. Just rest there for a moment. Your spine, from your lower spine, slowly up to the middle spine, upper spine, between the shoulder blades, the neck, where the spine meets the base of the skull, and that point between the eyebrows, light. Just visualize light there. Take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, you feel the light expanding. Relax your face, your jaw, tongue. Another inhale through the nose. Exhale. Rest in this space for a moment. Attention at the point between the eyebrows, thankful for this moment, grateful in this moment. Forward motion is happening. There is a movement within us. There is a change within us. There is a newness that it's on its way. Certain bulbs in our lives have been planted, and we are still planting them, and we can still plant them right now, knowing that they will sprout if we give them a chance underground during the dark time, during their underground time. These intentions, these affirmations, these desires, everything for the uplifting of ourselves inside and out. We naturally radiate that goodness through everything and everyone around us, creating more and more harmony. In this meditation now, we're giving ourselves space to understand that we do have more power and control over the direction that we choose to go. And at this time, it's a perfect and wonderful, beautiful time to set ourselves up like that. So take a nice inhale again. Exhale. Remain in this space for as long as you have time for today. Enjoy the simplicity of stillness. Enjoy the planning of your ritual, ceremony, circle, gathering. The gathering of the you, and the you. As we move forward towards the winter solstice.